Hello, this is a yoga video for hips and shoulders. It's a slow flow. You might need a couple of blocks, possibly, or you might not need anything. It's really gentle. We stay on our backs or really low to the ground most of the time. So make yourself comfortable in child's pose and we'll get started. So knees can be together or knees wide. Let your hips draw back towards your heels. You can either stretch your arm bones forward, make a pillow with your hands, or rest your arms down by your sides and let your shoulders round down and soften. And then just take a few moments to wiggle in, snuggle in, and allow your body to sink into the support of the earth. And begin to notice how you feel. Notice your current physical state, how you feel in your body. Notice any places within your body that feel tense or tight. Notice any places within your body that feel spacious and open. And locate these places without trying to change them, but just notice. Scanning your awareness from your toes all the way up through the crown of your head. And then begin to locate your breath, again without changing it. Notice the quality of your breathing. Does the breath feel short and shallow or full and deep? And as you connect to your breath, as you trace the breath through your body, and you feel the breath naturally deepening. Sipping in a little bit more air through the tip of your nose with every inhale, and feel how your body expands in every direction. And with every exhale breath, try to lengthen the breath a little bit longer, emptying your body of breath, and feel your navel draw back at the bottom. And then feel the next inhale filling, expanding your body in every direction. And the exhale condenses. There's a hugging in action with your exhale breath. Just take a few slow, deep breaths here. Good, and then when you're ready, begin to lift your gaze and stretch your arms forward. So your elbows are lifted up off the mat. Now weave your left arm underneath your right arm and walk your left hand as far away from you as you can. Bring your right elbow down and hook your chin over your left shoulder. Take a few breaths into your left shoulder blade. Maybe the outer arm feels a sensation, an opening, the outer shoulder. Take a few breaths wherever you feel it. again, lifting your gaze, extending your left arm forward, and then weave your right arm underneath your left, walking your right hand away from you, and then lowering your left elbow back down and hook your chin over your right shoulder. Maybe your forehead comes to the mat, maybe not. Just take a few breaths into your right shoulder blade, and wherever else you might feel sensation, breathe directly into the sensations. Good, and then again, lift your gaze, extend your right arm forward, lower your elbows back down and come forward onto your elbows, and then walk your legs back and sink your hips and your pelvis down. So you're in a Sphinx pose. The elbows are shoulder distance apart and slightly ahead of your shoulders. Let your legs stream back, heavy like a whale's tail. And then we'll do some neck rolls here. So begin to draw your chin towards your chest. And then roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then let your chin fall back in towards your chest. And roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then continue moving gently, slowly from side to side. If it feels okay on your neck and you don't have any neck issues, maybe take a full circle, letting your head release back into the shoulder girdle. And then letting your chin fall back in. And if you're taking full circles, switch your direction at any time. Good, and then let your chin fall back in towards your chest. And lift your gaze up through center. Wing your elbows out and lower all the way down, forehead to the mat. Spider your fingers off the mat, so make a little tent with your palms. Your hands are now wider than your shoulders. Elbows spike up towards the ceiling. Press down through the tops of your feet, so your legs start to activate. And then press into your fingertips, and as you inhale, peel your heart up to a comfortable height on your spine. Loop your outer shoulders back, and then reach your heart forward as you lower back down. So we'll do a few waves like that. Inhale, press into your fingertips, peeling your chest up, again, to a comfortable height on your spine. And then reach and lengthen your heart forward as you lower back down. And take one more. Inhale, peeling up. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, peel up, and then pause. As you exhale, dip your right shoulder into the center line and gaze underneath your left arm with your right eye. Inhale, rise up through center, lifting your heart. Exhale, dip your left shoulder in towards the center line and gaze underneath your right arm with your left eye. Inhale, peel up. We'll do that one more time on each side. Exhale, dip your right shoulder in, gaze underneath your left arm with your right eye. Inhale, peeling up. Exhale, left shoulder in, gaze underneath the right arm with left eye. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Good. And then plant your hands by your ribs. As you inhale, press up through hands and knees. And then as you exhale, round your spine back into child's pose, hips to heels. And then from child's pose, tuck your chin to your chest and round up to either sit on your heels or to sit on a block in between your heels, or if you don't have a block, you can use a stack of books or anything that you have available to elevate your hips so that your seat is more comfortable. Pause when you get there. Feel your spine rising up. Draw your lower belly in just slightly. As you inhale, open your arms out into a T. And as you exhale, wrap your right arm over your left arm. Either give yourself a hug, bring the backs of your forearms together, backs of your palms together, or weave your palms together. Lift the elbows up a little bit so that elbows are in line with shoulders, and slide your forearms a little bit away from your face. And then we'll move a little bit here. So as you inhale, lift your fingertips up towards the sky, lift your heart, and tilt your sitting bones back slightly. And then as you exhale, round your spine, draw your elbows towards your belly button and your chin towards your chest. 2 more like that. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, curl, round, hollow out the belly. 1 more on this side. As you inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, unbind your arms. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back, chin to chest. Squeeze the heels of your hands together. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift your arms just a little bit away from your back and lift your heart. Exhale, release, hands to the tops of your thighs. Take a big full breath in through your nose. And a cleansing sigh out through your mouth. Inhale, open your arms out into a T. Exhale, wrap your left arm over your right. So moving right into the other side. Elbows in line with shoulders, forearms a little bit away from your face. Inhale, lift your fingertips up towards the sky. Tilt your ears back and your sitting bones back. Exhale, elbows towards belly button, rounding your spine. 2 more in your own breath. Feel everything from the inside out. One more. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, again, interlace your fingers behind your back, chin to chest. Gently lift your arms away from your back and puff your heart up. Big breath into your heart space. And exhale, release your hands to the tops of your thighs. Good. Now walk your hands forward just enough to tuck your toes. And then walk your hands back, roll over your feet, come into Malasana, yogic squat. So for some, your heels will lift. That's okay. You can let your heels lift. You could roll the back of your mat up to have something for your heels to anchor on, like so. Or your feet might land all the way down. Make sure your knees are comfortable. So adjust your feet closer together or wider apart so that your knees are comfortable. Another option is to lift your hips up and bring your elbows to the tops of your thighs. So this is a squat as well. And then you'll lengthen your spine. If your elbows are in front of your shin bones, gently plug your shin bones back and lengthen. Broaden your collarbones. Good. Now take your hands behind you and take a seat. Scooch towards the front of your mat if you're using one. Reach your arms forward and curl down slowly. As you lower onto your back body, just take a moment to soften there. Take a breath. now squeeze your left knee in towards you, interlacing the fingers in front of the shin bone. Give the knee a little squeeze in, a little rock from side to side. Good, and then we'll come into half happy baby. So flex the sole of your left foot up to the sky. Take your left hand and either hook your peace fingers, your index and your middle finger around the big toe, or hook the knife edge of the foot. Or if you can't reach the foot, hold on to your shin bone or the back of your left thigh with your left arm. And then draw the left knee down and around the ribs, so towards the ground, around the left side of your ribs. Let your right arm open out. Right foot should still be planted. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Nice and gentle. Rocking movements can help soothe the body, creating more ease, less tension. Good, and then come back to center. Take your left ankle to the top of your right thigh. Keep the left foot a little bit flexed. Stay here and press the inner line of your left thigh forward with your left hand. Or reach through your legs and interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Gently draw your right knee towards your right shoulder, so it widens out a little bit. You should feel this in the outer left hip. If you want to go deeper, take your hands around to the shin bone, your right shin bone, and draw the knee in a little bit more. But be patient with your hips. They take a long time to open. Couple more deep breaths here. And then gently plant your right foot. Hug your left knee back in and extend your right leg all the way forward. Take your right hand to your outer left knee and come into a twist. Draw your left knee over to the right and tuck your right hip underneath you. So you're landing on the outer right hip. Let your left arm open out. Couple breaths. Now, circle your left arm down by your left hip. Slide your left knee away from you and roll all the way over onto your belly. So you might have to shimmy and wiggle your way back onto your mat. So you're in this half frog shape. Your left knee is drawing away from you and your left shin bone is parallel to your right leg. Let your left hip drop heavy, like there's a sandbag on it. And then you can stay here or extend your left leg out and heel toe your left foot up as high as you can get it. You can keep the leg in place with your left hand. Maybe you can reach the foot or just hold on to anywhere you can along the leg. We're inviting a sense of softening within this shape. So go to the place where you can soften and breathe and allow the openings to take place. Gently release the leg if you're holding it. Bend that knee. So your left shin bone is again parallel with your right leg. And then extend your left arm forward and lift the elbow. Weave your right arm underneath your left arm and roll back over onto your back body. Plant your feet, square off your hips and your shoulders. Pause, receive a big breath in and a big breath out. And then hug your right knee in, give it a squeeze, maybe a little rock. And then take your right ankle to the top of your left thigh. Start by just pressing the inner line of your right thigh forward. Feel the hip crease widen. Keep that or interlace your fingers behind your left thigh, so picking your left knee up. And then gently draw the left knee towards the left shoulder. Keep your right foot a little bit flexed. If you want to go deeper, interlace your fingers around the shin bone and draw the knee in a little bit closer. Good, and then release. Plant your left foot, hug your right knee in, extend your left leg forward, and take your left hand to your outer right knee. Come into that twist. Draw the right knee over to the left, right arm opens out, tuck your left hip underneath you, and then pause and just allow the weight of your body to sink into gravity. Still breathing deep. And then circle your right arm down by your right hip. Roll all the way over onto your belly. Slide your right knee away from you. And then again, maybe make your way back onto your mat if you care. Or you can totally stay off the mat. Sliding the right knee away from you, let your right hip drop heavy, heavy, heavy. Stay here or extend your right leg out and heel toe your right foot up as high as you can get it. Bonus, if you have a wall next to you, you can, like I do, you can use the wall to hold the placement of your foot. Or if you can reach, you can take your right hand anywhere along the outer line of your right leg to help hold the leg in place. But keep inviting your right hip to really soften and drop down. More about finding the place within your body that you can soften into so that gravity can help do the work for you, rather than pulling and yanking your limbs into these places that you have to tense to hold. So find that balance. And gently bending the right knee and sliding the knee down a little bit. Extend your right arm forward and weave your left arm underneath your right arm to roll back over onto your back body. Plant your feet and square out your hips and your shoulders. Take a moment just to feel. And then hug both knees in. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Finding full happy baby, so come back to center. Reach your arm bones inside of your knees. Either peace fingers around big toes, knife edges of your feet, hold your shin bones or the backs of your thighs. And then flex the soles of both feet up towards the sky. And use your arms to gently draw your knees down and around your ribs. Let your sitting bones reach forward. You might rock a little bit from side to side here. And come back to center, release your feet, hug your knees in. And then plant your feet. Bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees fall out to the sides. Place your right hand onto your lower belly and your left hand onto your heart. Make sure your elbows can stay on the mat and just feel the movement of your breath. Feel the breath moving the body and feel the hands moving with it, so the hands rise and fall with the breath. You can stay here for longer if it feels good, or when you're ready for full relaxation, release your arms down by your sides and slide down through the rails of your feet, extending your legs forward. Let your feet flop out. Take any little fidgets or wiggles out until you can feel your body surrender. Soften everything. Use gravity to draw any leftover tension out from your back body to be absorbed and recycled. Let go of any conscious control. And for these next few moments, just simply be. Go of all these little bits of identity that we carry around with us all the time. Become an observer of thought, observer of sensation, without attachment to anything, just watching. And feel free to stay here for as long as you have time for. When you're ready to start moving again, do so very gently. And slow. And I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Bye.